Alrighty, welcome everybody. Thank you, Tap, for the 13 months of Prime. I greatly appreciate it. We are going to get started here with tonight's episode of the Tensport Tales. I'm going to pass it on over to Rich here to get this all caught up on what happened last time.
All right. Well, we finished up with a scrap with some mud golems in the previous session and dealt with a little bit of the aftermath. The cold steel was missing, and so was Dallin. So we started looking for other leads. Munt visited a church because he believed it might be a link to a clue that he had heard. Meanwhile, Rich and Rin headed to the university to pick up information on Dallin, and they received his old study materials. Am I missing anything? I think that's about it.
I believe the only thing that's missing is that Wark and Munt have a plan to gather the rest of the group to head to the top of, like, the highest point of the city.
Yes, that was the other thing. We had also gone back to Zarpov investigations, and learned that they'd heard about our goings on, and that Dallin was around, and weren't super happy that we didn't keep it quiet. But it's also a difficult thing to keep quiet. So, yes.
Also, my business deal fell through.
Oh yes, your business deal for the gun you painted pink. Yeah, that I think that checks all the boxes.
Yeah, that basically checks all the boxes. The only things of note really was that also the person, when they had gone back to Zarpov, the person that was basically like in there who was not happy about it was actually somebody from the Tensport guards.
Oh yes, absolutely. That's
so
right. And they
but
might be taking the case from us if we don't wrap it up soon.
pretty much. In which case, Wark and Munt have stepped away from the Azra Trading Group headquarters here in a huff and puff, kind of rolling up to try to find Rin and Rich at the university. Rin and Rich had kind of like stopped off to kind of go through the various parts of the boxes, found some gross things, found some notebooks. They kind of went through it, found some kind of bookmarked some emotional points, and kind of now have a little bit better of a timeline to an extent regarding Dallin's early life when he transitioned from a scholar to a, well, I guess eco-terrorist.
That is what you've been calling him.
Is it? I actually can't even remember. So
You
but
did call him that for sure.
but at this point, if does anybody else have anything else to do? Otherwise, I'm going to kind of roll the group back together and in and around the kind of university grounds area.
No, that works for me.
Perfect. In which case, Rin and Rich, you guys gonna finish up, pack it all back into that box that you guys have. It's kind of unwieldy because it's still like a big-ish cardboard box. But it's maybe like 1.5 feet long and maybe a foot wide, just about a foot tall. But you guys are kind of bringing that out of the university back onto the grounds when you guys see Wark and Munt kind of walking, well, storming, I guess, into onto the university grounds proper. You can see that it's kind of weird because obviously Wark's a lot bigger, but Munt seems to be the one very much setting the pace here as he walks.
What crawled up his butt?
Guess we're gonna go find out.
All right, guys. Come on. We got places to be. You gotta come with us. We gotta go to the top, to the top of the hill.
I think we should probably put this box down somewhere first.
Just take it. Just take it. There's no time. We're gonna miss noon otherwise. Just take it another time. Just take it. Just take it another time.
Why is it you want to go to the top of the hill?
Because we need. We just need to be at the top for the brightest spot, the darkest part of the brightest spot. Okay, right? We need to be there right now. It's really important.
That's not the spot you want to be at.
Why not?
Because these notes from Dallin describe a ritual site down in Sludge Street. So if you're talking about
Who cares
the
about
bright,
that? Who cares about Talon? Who cares about Talon in days?
the darkest spot would be where the shadow of the hill casts.
Yeah.
That's not true. That's not true. Okay, let's go to the top of the hill first, and maybe you're right, and then maybe we'll go down to the thing you're talking about.
I reach out my hands for the box.
I'll hand it to him, but I'm like, it's sensitive materials. Try to keep it safe.
Who do you think I am? I am the destined keeper of safe things. And I put it in my bag.
All right.
All right, you put it in your
Okay.
bag. Sorry. So which way are we headed right now? Heading
I'm
up.
running to the top of the hill.
You're running to the top of the hill. Okay. In which case, y'all start just huffing it up through the university campus grounds, and as it kind of climbs further, there's another stairwell here that you guys can see that there's a few students sitting on the sides of. You guys kind of storm up these stairs here, and notice that as you guys kind of storm up, there's another kind of section of the university where it seems like slightly smaller buildings, nothing too crazy, but a much calmer part of town. But you notice the mountain kind of continues to rise. You guys will keep kind of walking up as the sun itself is kind of slowly kind of rising up in the east here. And what you guys see is eventually the university grounds themselves seem to almost just dissipate. And instead it breaks into what look like astronomy labs. You guys can see various glass dome-shaped buildings off here, there, very well kind of put apart from each other so as not to kind of reflect any glare on each other during any of the times when they're looking at the sun. And as you guys kind of continue to ascend the hill, crest another peak here, eventually what you guys see is that there are in fact a number of towers in the back here. And as the mountain itself kind of goes to a kind of slightly more flattened peak, at the very top of that peak, there is one building that basically just looks like any of the other towers, with the exception of it seems to have some sort of lobbyway built in. Really just that jutting out, kind of almost outhouse shape, then leading into some sort of a tower. As you guys kind of approach that and kind of walk past some of these other ones, you know that all of these buildings are rather old, and all of them seem to have heavy locks and chains on the doors. As you guys continue to walk through, every once in a while, you guys can see that some of these have windows at the very top, but otherwise, these are just very isolated looking buildings. You guys make it closer and closer to the very top there, and you start seeing there's a couple other people out here with you. There's one person who seems um, to be essentially like fixing one of the locks on a nearby tower, and there's somebody else on another tower that seems to be kind of like taking peeling off roof tiles and just like kind of hammering in new ones. But as the sun kind of continues on its trajectory, straight up here. You guys reach this top tower. It seems like this basically has to be it. There's like this, it's right at the top. It's kind of isolated from all the other ones. It has its own little like flattened off paved stone spot. Looks slightly different, but yet kind of very similar in infrastructure. And as you guys kind of walk up to it, you guys can see that the door on it um, does have a lock on it there.
I would like to try and disassemble the lock.
Sorry, cut out there for me for a sec.
Oh, I'd like to try and disassemble the lock.
Can you actually make me a? Can you make me a quick either like a thievery check for me?
I can't make a crafting check to disassemble it.
You can try to make a crafting check. You can make a crafting check to at least try to like figure out what's pieced together. Yeah, give me a crafting check.
I think there's specifically something in the rules about disassembling locks with crafting checks.
Probably is. Let me see if I.
I do have thievery if need be.
I also have thievery. But my crafting is higher than mythic.
I would assume that there's probably something. I don't see anything right now, but go ahead and make one for me anyways here.
I made one, and I'm going to use my hero point to reroll.
Okay.
Which means that you didn't make it.
True. I made a roll. Okay, at 26.
26. Okay. Yeah. You kind of start. You start kind of like quickly taking a look at this lock that's around this chain that holds this door shut. And you start looking, and it's complex, but it's not that bad. You've dealt with worse. It's just gonna take a minute or so as you kind of slowly peel back one of the side plates here. Slowly kind of get your tools in there. Give it a little jiggle here, and you notice that there's
stand in front of him while he's doing this and block the general view.
Can you just? I guess can you
assume like
distract? I guess as a right now. There's not. There doesn't seem to be at the moment anybody in the general direction. It really was only those like two what look like groundskeeper individuals who were nearby.
Distraction is a deception thing, isn't it?
I believe so.
Okay, so I get a 5 then, because I have a +0.
Oof.
It's yeah. You kind of just like stretch out and just like stand in front of him, trying to block any views. And it just takes a little bit longer as Mon kind of like, gets in there and realizes that the mechanism is just designed to seize on itself if it gets in too close. He takes in a few more pieces of junk out of his bag just to kind of pry open those kill switches before he kind of pops the entire the entire front casing off, and then just is able to shake out most of the gear work inside. And there's can grab the entire lock. The chain itself seems to kind of just clang to the floor now. Is the door? Sorry.
I open the door.
You open the door?
Yeah, I summon my shield and I uprace and I open the door.
As you open the door, the door groans a little bit, but nothing too crazy. But you guys walk in, and it's just the light from the outside kind of just streams into this one very dark entranceway. You guys can see that actually there isn't that much dust in here as you would believe from kind of the lock that was on the door. But you guys but you guys note that right at the very kind of the end of this small entranceway, there's like a little desk area where there's also a book, kind of like peeled open on there. Um, but nothing else seems to catch your guys' eye. Beyond that, there's one more door, and that presumably leads into the tower itself proper. As you guys kind of walk up into the um, into this hallway and up towards that desk and that book, um, you see that it seems to be a small log book. Uh, you guys can see that there are names, there are um, lists of like books or items that are right beside it. Um, in fact, you guys can actually see on this very sheet, um, not far from the very bottom here, Ashley, and you can see that she's written down 2 notebooks, 1 jar, 1 box.
Oh, okay, so this is where she found the stuff. This is the storage room.
No. Ah,
Presumably.
simply.
Allegedly.
Who's Ashley?
Mm-hmm.
Right below Ashley's name, you guys see another one. And it reads very distinctly, Dallin Fry.
Oh.
Is it substantially older, like the writing, or is it seem
it's
still
below
fairly
Ashley,
new?
so
It's below, so it would
newer
have
than
been
Ashley, right?
after her.
Oh, I'm sorry. Yeah. Oh,
Preach.
so he came here.
Oh.
He came here looking for his stuff.
Yeah.
Maybe Dallin has a thing that's supposed to be at the darkest spot in the brightest place.
You said there's another door, right?
Yeah. So basically, like the door behind you guys is the one that you guys came in. But basically, like think about this as like a small hallway, like entranceway from the main, like a little mud room almost.
Okay. I look at Rich and I say, Rich, is that ink fresh?
I will make some kind of investigation.
Please go ahead and make an investigation.
Wait, did he write what he took or no?
He did not write what he took. No. He was lawful enough to write down his name, and that was it.
I don't know what I'm supposed to add to it, but high likelihood it's going to be anywhere between a 20 and a 22, depending on which skill I'm rolling.
Okay, yeah, that range is pretty safe here. The ink looks like it's had time to bake in. It doesn't seem to have it seems to have like smudged a little bit at some point. But right now, as you're kind of like just kind of looking at it, seeing if there's any glint in it, seeing if you can smudge it at all, it doesn't seem like it's fresh enough to smudge. So he definitely didn't come in here within the last probably like hour or so. But it's hard to make out when he anywhere beyond like maybe that 2 hour to a day mark when he might have been in here.
Okay.
Do you relay this to me?
Yeah, I'll say at most probably 2 days ago he was here, but probably not within the past couple hours.
Do you so you don't think he's still here?
It's unlikely. He could have written this 2 hours ago and still be looking for something, but that seems unlikely.
Okay. I'm gonna check the next door and see if it's locked.
You go to open up the next door here. It does not seem to be locked. As you kind of you kind of grab the handle. There's that little button at the top that you're gonna click down on, and it seems to click just fine.
Man, though, I wish you had not described the door as it does not seem to be locked. I am going to brace and open the door.
As you open the door here. It is now you guys feel as kind of a little bit of like a must kind of like pours out as the door just cranks itself open, just squeaks its way, and you guys see in front of you a rather dimly lit tower of boxes, books, and the like. There's a spiral staircase that seems to start up in the very down the very middle um of this tower. But everything on the sides is just boxes and things like that. There's a little bit of light from what looks like the very top, um, but otherwise rather dim. As you guys look around a little bit at the floor as well, which I know you guys would, um,
Mhm.
there there are very distinct um, prints on the ground here. You guys can see that there seem to be it's a lot of kind of boot prints, shoe prints that have kind of trekked all along this area. Um,
Mm.
Are there
and
any that appear to be Dallin-sized leaving?
if you when you're kind of looking very specifically for like Dallon's footprint, it looks like it enters and then doesn't seem like it leaves.
Does
Mhm.
Dallin wear shoes?
Dallin does wear, from what you guys would have remembered, like some very old boots.
Still here. I start skirting around looking for some kind of trap door
I-
to lead to a
I'm gonna
cellar of
say-
this tower.
Keep in mind he can turn into smoke, so it's possible he just didn't leave footprints when he left.
Munch, can you make me just like a perception check here as you're kind of like kind of running around here trying to find any form of like hidden area?
I'm about to go full Moon Knight meme.
Yeah. Let me. 21.
21. Yeah, as you kind of look around the floor area, you look up a little bit, but you're like, can't be it. You look, but you look down because this would be a place that the light can't touch. You're gonna start feeling around the kind of cobblestone floor, trying to find something. Looking at the very bottom of like any of the shelving here to find any switches. And eventually, you do find something. You find a box that seems to be kind of seems to have been stuck on one of those shelves. You kind of like give it a little bit of a like a you try to give it a little bit of a slide, and it doesn't quite slide because you're trying to look behind it, and then but it does turn. And as it turns, you kind of just you can you hear you guys all hear as on the ground very close to Munt now, uh a small hole seems to open up. That hole is maybe about like 4 feet 4 feet in diameter.
Is it like a staircase going
This way,
down?
this way, this way.
No, it kind of just looks like a hole.
I jump
as-
down it with no regard.
Yeah, can you make an acrobatics check?
Yeah,
for me?
we've met you. That checks out.
Uh, 12.
12. Yeah, you jump down and you stumble a little bit. As you just slightly as you kind of hit the ground. But the good thing is, not very far down.
Uh-huh.
Well, it's like it was maybe an 8-foot drop, which is just like a little bit, which is about the standard kind of like room size. But as you kind of land on the ground here, you feel that the ground is super tacky.
Like a cinema floor.
It's just got it's got that little bit of like grip to it. That you're just not kind of like catches you, your hand as it kind of landed on the ground there. Just ugh, really rub it off a little bit, but you look around.
Oh, I don't rub it off. I'm enjoying the sticky room.
Oh yeah. Keep sorry. My apologies.
He keeps opening and closing his
I forgot
hand.
who I'm talking. Yeah, I forgot who I'm
Yeah,
talking to here.
Mhm,
Um,
of course.
And as you look in here, you can see that there's another set of kind of boxes and books in here.
Aha. I start ripping them apart, trying to get at what I'm potentially looking for.
As you start kind of going through this area, does anybody else have anything they would like to do while Munt's down there, just tearing the place apart?
I don't trust him down there by himself. I'm going down there.
Okay, Rich. Now that you're able to see and hear how far down it goes, it's really not that bad for you guys. You're able to make it down there just fine.
I'm gonna like try and grab the stuff that he's trying to rip through and be like, hey, if you're looking for something, you have to look for the thing, not just
I'm looking
destroy
for
it.
the thing. I'm looking for it right now.
Rin's down there as well, trying to like save material here, or at least keep it somewhat together, so it's not like being like tossed aside like garbage. Wark, is there anything you would like to do?
Yes, I would like to go the opposite direction.
You want to go up?
I would like to go up. And
Okay.
I am going to go up, but I am going to is it create a diversion? I guess I'm actually kind of trying to intimidate, but I don't know if anybody's here.
Okay.
So what I want to do is I'm going to start stomping up the stairs. As hard as like these stairs can take it to go up. And I'm just gonna yell out like, Dallin, you scumbag, where's my goddamn cold steel? And I'm just gonna start heading up the stairs towards whatever light is up there, and hoping that if I can make enough noise, I will, gather the attention away from the three down below.
Fair enough. Okay. Can you quickly roll me a deception check, please?
As a 21.
Nice. Okay. And can I guess like are you guys all kind of looking for something down there, or is it just Munt mostly?
I'm definitely looking for stuff. I'll let Rin take care of preventing him from obliterating everything, but I'm looking for anything relating to Dallin or anything relating to rituals, like anything that could help with the case, really.
I will also see if anything he's tossing around has magic. I will detect magic.
Okay. Yeah. In which case, Munt and Rich, can I get you guys both now just to make quick perception checks for me here?
It is a perception is there. 24.
17.
Okay. In which case, you guys, as Work is kind of like stomping up, and you guys kind of hear his voice slowly fade in as it kind of goes up the stairs there. You guys start kind of like digging into this kind of hidden room here. There's a high possibility that something has kind of been at least lost to time or lost to something here. So you guys just start digging. Rich, you're kind of like digging through, trying to find anything Dallin related. You eventually find some old university news clippings.
Okay.
That date back to around that time. And then as you do, you can see that it's very like tabloid-esque opinion pieces from a student back then who was talking about who was discussing the new rise of Sludge Street and discussing how like this is actually an inevitable rise, just as the poor inevitably should rise up against the rich and quash and quash any of the whatever. You get the picture. Essentially a communist manifesto
It's
of
Trotsky
sorts.
stuff. I got
Yeah.
it.
As you kind of go through as you're kind of going through this, right, you can see that a lot of the stuff down here has that is around that age, and in fact, essentially, there's a lot of newspapers, not only from the university, but also from in town, and actually also from across in other countries, um, that are discussing Dallin Fry. And how, and you can see like headlines like upheaval in Tensport, headlines that are talking about how that are where some people are like obviously sympathizing with him, calling out industrialists for being greedy and uncaring, calling out scholars for being greedy, uncaring, talking about how the disenfranchised now have a voice, and it comes in the form of Dallin Fry. And it's there's a lot of very sympathetic stuff, but you're able to find and piece together um, a few more dates here, um,
Mhm.
which you're able to see that like it's if you kind of line it up in your mind with like when you with those books that you guys had previously gone through. Um,
Mhm.
you see that he for obvious reasons, this would have been after he had been scared and all, after he had been scared, um but it looks like he actually made um his first speech down in Sludge Street, um
Mhm.
at around the time when he had um kind of when around the time when he started describing very well um the artifact that he found, this knife that he found, the rituals and things like that. And it actually kind of like highlights an area, and you can see there was an artistic rendition of the area that he was standing in. It seems to have not been on the top of Sludge Street on that top deck, but actually on the second deck below it. Um, where you can see like it almost paints him as like a very bright figure in amongst very dark shadows of people and eyes. Um, and in the background of that, you can also see that there seems to be like a very like almost like lit doorway, almost as if there's like a door right behind him that seems to glow with light. But that doorway seems like just like the rest of Sludge Street, immensely wet, uh it's immensely damp, and and is like pictured with like almost like ooze dripping down from it.
Mhm.
um and as you dig a little further, you then see that, like as he kind of starts his the dates that kind of start his political career um tend to be, oh thank goodness, that's just suspected spam. um you see the dates seem to line up as you see that like that time when he starts feeling like anger and things like that. That's when he starts his political career, and you can see that there's things like, oh, running as Sludge Street representative, oh, gotten majority vote from Claw Trail as well, things like
Mhm.
that.
Okay.
um Munt,
Yes, sir.
so just tossing through stuff trying to find any semblance, um even a crumb, just a crumb. Um, and as you're kind of tossing through things, Rin, you're looking, you're kind of catching the various things that he's throwing at you. They seem mostly worthless for the most part. Like you can see that there are a few things that also seem like stacks of newspapers and things
Yeah.
like that. All probably around that era, and you kind of try to leaf through them. But as you're corroborating with Rich here, you don't seem to find anything new or significantly of value that might line up. Um, Mutt kind of dumps a few more things your way. Eventually, you do you do find the news article of that says scholar found dead. And this lines up with everything that you guys have already known,
Yeah.
but but you can tell that but you can also read that that the apprentice of that scholar, this kind of burgeoning, this burgeoning biologist,
Mhm.
apparently refused to comment, and the university has asked that everybody allow that person to grieve. About a week later, you see that essentially there's a resignation that the university had recommended that person take, and eventually they just resigned
Interesting.
and left quietly. It seems to leave out names because for safety and for things like that, but it at least lines up with the knowledge that you guys already have here.
Also, anything magical?
Yes. So as you start kind of tracking magical things, you can see that many of the things in this room have some semblance of magic to it. But so it would be it's relatively difficult to discern unless you really take a good hard look at any given item here.
I'm just gonna any sort of things that sort of ping on my detect magic thing. I'm just gonna toss them in the bag.
Awesome in the bag. Yeah, you'll find that a lot of the articles seem to have some sort of magic on them.
Interesting.
Mind you, you do also notice that they seem to be in pretty decent condition for being stuffed in a little basement area.
That's fair.
Munt here. Munt, you're gonna just be pulling boxes. You're pulling things off shelves, just looking and digging as deep as you can. Well, and you suddenly see something just light up in your vision, and you just dive straight for it.
Yes.
And it's this small looking ornate box just at the very back of a shelf.
I open the box.
Yeah, as you jump for it, you open the box, and as you're kind of pulling the box out of that area and just opening it up all in one smooth motion, you see as there's a bunch of almost like cobwebs that are gripping onto the very back of the box. And you just keep yanking. You kind of snap a few threads, snap, and as you open it up, you see a small coaster in there that shows you the Tensport Guard logo. And as you kind of just flip it over to take a better look at it, you just see scrawled on the very back in some sort of ink, "Beat you to it."
Oh. All right. We gotta find down. We gotta find down right now. We gotta find down right now. We gotta get him. Guys. We can't waste any more time here. It's not here. Not here. We gotta go.
Are you high?
No. We need to find it. Dallin has it. We need to find Dallin right now, or else.
He's never been this committed to his job. I'll give him a boost out of the hole.
Yeah. In which case, you guys kind of start. You guys put your things down, heeding Munt's willingness to really get going on this whole case thing. Work. Even you can kind of hear as as Munt's voice kind of echoes up towards the top of the tower. As you've kind of been climbing these stairs, you find yourself, 10 feet up, 20 feet up. Eventually you see that there's a window that actually looks like it's open at the very top, and that seems to be where all this light is coming in.
Mm-hmm.
You're able to like look out through that window, and you can see that there are those this seems to face down the hill towards where you guys had come. It gives you a pretty good view of like that pathway and the rest of the university and things like that. Is there anything else that you were doing as you were kind of climbing this tower here?
No, just kind of grumbling to like
Okay.
make noise.
Yep. As you kind of grumble your way up there and just kind of take in the light of day here. As you guys are kind of coming upon noon here, the light's shining through. You then see on the rooftop of that like nearby tower, that roofer just slowly kind of looking directly at you, and you can see a small glint in the light. Can you make a reflex save for me, please?
Uh-oh.
Oh no, can I?
Maybe.
That sounds like an arrow.
15.
15.
Well, I wouldn't have to make a save if it was an arrow.
Fair enough.
You know, you kind of it's you see as the light light off one of the tiles that he's holding seems to kind of like glint in your general direction, and you find you just kind of like you kind of like divert your eyes for a quick second as you kind of feel like a quick headache coming on from just this specific glare of the light. And as you just kind of look over for another split second, then you see another glint, but also very specifically another head pop up. And at this point, all of you are going to hear a loud bang sound coming from outside.
That doesn't
And-
seem good.
Work.
Can I try something?
Mhm.
I have my shield out.
Yep.
I'm going to drag my shield across the window
Mhm.
and tell Justice to block out the light.
Okay.
Because I always think Justice is a female. I don't know why. But they can leave my shield, I'm assuming. So
Yeah, as you kind of ask Justice to kind of blot it out, and Justice kind of seems to like just like is on your shield for a second, and just kind of like you can watch as like tendrils seem to grab out at the edges of the window as that sound kind of rings out. But I'm gonna ask you a question here.
yeah.
Does a 35 hit?
I would think so.
It does. I do have my shield raised, so I can attempt to block it. Is it a physical attack?
It is a physical attack, yes.
Okay. I snap my shield in place to ward off the blow. I prevent amount equal to its hardness.
In which case, you suddenly watch as in front of you, you have your shield up. You see it, and Justice get kind of blotting it out, and you see as something something large comes and almost rips through Justice. Take 34 points
Jesus.
of damage.
Is it a cannon?
It feels like it. Give me a second. I need to figure out what the actual current hardness of my shield is. I did not say I was holding it in two hands, and I do not have it manifested. So, shield block will reduce the damage by 7. I have not had time to fix my shield. So my shield will then... My shield and I will both take 27 points of damage, which shatters my shield. Now, question, Mr. DM. My shield is linked to me via my soul. So how does it work when it shatters? Does it just disappear?
I'll leave that up to you to flavor.
I'm gonna look it up. Give me a second. While you...
I'm gonna cut back to the other guys here.
Yeah.
As you guys boost, you know, Rich boosts Munt up, Rin comes up, Rich comes up. You guys, Munt's already like moving for the door here, regardless of whether or not Work joins you guys back on the top floor. And then you guys hear that bang, and then you guys hear something hit metal, and you guys can almost hear the screeching sound of it cutting through. And you guys all look up at the source of that sound. You guys can see as a bright flash of light seems to slam through that open window, and you guys see a figure and silhouette of Work kind of just taking it through the thing, and you guys can see Justice as he's kind of like torn apart up there as well.
Jesus.
What in the 9 hells?
Wow.
I'm gonna try and go get him.
Yeah, I'm gonna head up and try and do whatever. Gonna try and usher Justice into, like, I don't know,
Yeah, you got
a canister or something. Just like,
yeah, you guys.
I mean, I'm going for Work, but
yeah, I figured you were going for Work, so
Yeah, you guys start running up the stairs here. I've yet to receive news of whether or not Work is actually falling.
I am alive. I am sorry. I am at
Should be okay.
11.
Nice.
Munt, where are you still rushing out the door here?
Yes.
Okay.
I'm a man on a mission right now, and I'm not dissuaded by anything except for finding Dallin.
Fair enough. In which case, as you kind of bolt out the doorway, the first set of doors out of the entry, where you can then kind of burst out into the sunlight here. You will now notice that there are actually 2 people on the nearest roof, and you can see that one of them seems to be like handing off something to the other person, and that other person seems to have a very like sniper-esque stance to them, something that you're relatively familiar with. But I assume that you're going to just keep going.
Yes.
Okay.
I have a very one-track mind right now.
Very fair. In which case, let me cut back to the other guys here, as you kind of like start running down the hill here. Richard and Rin, you guys kind of run up those stairs. You guys keep your head down, knowing that something the last thing came through the window.
Yeah.
You guys run into Work up there, who is kind of ducked just a little bit out of sight. You guys can see the window's still wide open here.
Mhm.
Wark, have you been able to?
I have not figured out what happens if it breaks. I'm having a really hard time figuring that out.
So at the moment, I can kind of give you like if unless you can find something, we can kind of play to two options here.
Oh, you can recreate a destroyed. So it is destroyed. So okay, so you might want to alter your soulbound armament, replacing it or creating a new armament after yours is destroyed. So you can recreate a destroyed soul-forged armament, or bond to one that was previously destroyed. If destroyed, no, it wasn't corrupted. Recreating costs the same amount of time and money as creating the item from scratch. If you already have an item with which to form a new bond, it takes 1 day of meditation. So I am without shield currently, and I am without a soul forged armament. It does not disappear, it just shatters, and then I have to buy or find a new one.
Okay.
And then spend a day meditating with it.
Okay. In which case, as you kind of like had put the shield up to try to block the blow here, it's kind of like it just almost like glass seemed to like it seemed to scream for a second, and you watch as pieces started like raining down. Rich and Rin, you guys saw like small pieces of metal kind of just falling above you as you guys had been running up that stairwell there.
Damn. I'm gonna see if I can find. Like, I mean, this window broke. Obviously, like, is there glass around?
You can actually see the window. Is actually the so-called window is actually not made of glass. It's actually made of like seems to be made of like some sort of combination of like wood and metal.
Okay.
And it's actually like more like a hatch than like a proper window that you would normally look out of. But it looks like it was just left open.
Oh,
It
I'll try
probably
and
has
close
how Dallin got out. Actually, when he tries to close it, how far is it from this rooftop to the next?
From this rooftop to the next rooftop is 60 feet.
Fuck.
I mean, I can shoot them, but I don't know how helpful that's gonna be.
No, I was going
I don't-
to jump.
Jump across, I figured.
I think at this point it's probably best if we can get out of here. We're at a distinctive disadvantage.
I start running. I break away from the group. I start running.
Yeah, you guys go kind of going back, going down and out.
Yeah,
As
because
you-
I can't go through the wall right now.
I think I'm gonna stay here, and I'm gonna wait until I hear them open the front door, because these guys might try and take a shot at them, and I'm gonna save that opportunity to try and take a shot back and hopefully distract them in some way.
I see what you're saying. Okay. In which case, my assumption is Rin and Wark are running down the stair. Munt is running down the hill. And then Rich is kind of just like he's the windows, slight gives you a little bit, but you're kind of peeking out just to see if they're going to take a shot at anybody else here.
Oh, was I able to grab Justice from the window? What was left of them?
I think he's disintegrated.
Yeah, you're gonna note that Justice, at least that part of him is him or her is not there anymore.
Good gosh, guys, you're really not keeping your Justice pieces safe, are you?
I mean, mine did a good job.
In which case, Wark and Rin, you guys are going to make it down to the very bottom of the building here. You guys can kind of like push open those doors, and you guys can see that kind of going down the hill area there. There's Munt kind of running. Rich, you do notice that these guys have turned a little bit now,
Perfect.
and you guys can hear as another shot kind of goes off. Ooh. Munt, you're gonna feel as something just kind of whizzes by your head.
Okay. I get a 16 on my devise a stratagem, so that means I can roll with a 23 to hit the sniper,
Yeah, that'll do.
and I hit him for 8 damage with a
8
bolt.
damage. Okay, yeah. As you gonna sink as it sinks in, and
And take
this
cover immediately.
yeah. You guys, Work and Rin, you guys can hear from up top there, and it gives you guys enough time to kind of like run out, and you guys can see as like as those guys on the roof seem to have ducked down a little bit, but you can see where they just about where they are here. Munt, you're gonna keep going, I presume?
Yeah, could I tell where the bullet came from vaguely?
Yeah, you can very much tell that it came from that rooftop where you had seen those two people from.
Okay, what I want to do is I want to pull out my gun
Yeah.
and just one-handed fire it in that direction without even really trying to hit them, but I will create the smoke screen.
Okay, fair enough. Yeah, no, you kind of just give it a wild shot. Do you want to roll like a
Sure.
like a flat d20 here?
Sure. $13.
Sorry, one more time.
13.
13. Okay. Yeah, you just fire in their general-ish direction and just make a little and you guys can Work and Rin, you guys can see as there's now just like a puff of smoke where Munt was, and you can see like a little what looks like a little silhouette of him just continuing to run down the hill. All right. At this point, I'm not gonna make you guys do an initiative here because it's gonna be kind of hodgepodge until there's actually like a proper contact. But Work and Rin, what are you guys looking to do here?
So they're up on a rooftop, right?
Mm-hmm.
Can I? It's 60 feet away, right?
Well, you guys have exited the building now. You guys are probably now closer to about like 40 feet away from that building. But it's still going to be like 40 feet up to them.
That's fine. What I'd like to do is sort of near the building, as close to the building that I can get to it within 30 feet. I'm going to cast Ghost Sound, which is going to create an auditory illusion of simple sounds that has a maximum value equal to 4 humans shouting. Sound emanates from a square you designate within range. I can't create intelligible words or other intricate sounds such as music, but instead I am going to make it sound like two people are saying, "Hey, what's going on up there?"
All right, so it has to be unintelligible words, right?
No,
Like it has.
I can't create intelligible words. So something like
Okay.
Yeah.
Yeah. Okay. Do you mind just making me a deception check, please?
Sure. I am deceptive. Okay. 19.
19. Okay. Yeah. As you guys kind of now hear that sound kind of playing out. You guys see as these two people seem to like now flatten themselves to almost just out of view. You guys obviously know where they are because the roof is not very large, and they don't seem to have moved very much, but they kind of have just like put themselves pretty flat to there. and for the moment don't seem to be doing much of anything else. Wark, uh, is there something you would like to do here?
Yeah. Does Ren? Do you carry a dagger?
I mean, yeah, I have a small one.
Yeah, I
but-
take her dagger and I head towards the nearest tower, and I just head rush into the front door. I'm assuming
Alright,
they're wooden doors.
Yeah. Can you quickly make me just a force open here?
Oh, sorry. I have a dagger in one hand and a crowbar in the other, because that's all I have on me. Where's my character sheet? I have so many tabs open.
All right. Well, I'm gonna follow him.
Yeah. I presume so.
Force open is just athletics here. I use my hero point because that was a natural one. 21.
21. Yeah, as you kind of like go, you go over there and you start like trying to nudge the door and like get ready to get the crowbar in there. This door is unlocked.
That's fine. It was
Shove it
not me trying. I was definitely not trying to be civil.
And as you kind of just shove through the door, you start just climbing up the.
I heal myself on the way up.
Oh, fair enough. Yeah.
Actually, I'm gonna time my heal so that I heal myself as I reach the top of the stairs, like onto the roof.
Okay. All right. In which case, I'm gonna float back to Rich real quick. Rich,
Okay.
kind of you've ducked down now. You've already obviously taken your shot, but you've also heard some sounds. You've peeked out and you kind of see that those guys are just like barely visible now. But they're just pressed down on that rooftop.
I'm gonna try something ridiculous.
Okay.
I'm gonna take out my grappling hook gun
Okay.
and I'm gonna shoot past them,
Boy,
and then I'm going to use athletics and just yank on it and see if I can catch one of them.
Oh, he's going fishing.
Ooh.
grappling gun, and it has a
Hey.
range of
100 feet.
Okay. Yeah. You wanna go past them, and you want to try to like hook onto them.
Yeah, like
Um,
go past them and then just start dragging it and hope I catch something and just start. I mean, if I just tear a hole in his side, great. But if I can yank him off the roof, that'd be pretty funny.
Yeah. In which case, can you just quickly just make me like an attack roll as if you were firing a gun?
Sure can. That's a 21.
21. Yeah, as it kind of you see as it kind of takes a straight arc and just flies over that rooftop, and and then you just start reeling it back. You watch as it kind of like grips onto somebody. And now you're. Can I get you to make an athletics check for me?
Sure can. It's a 17.
17. You see as it grabs onto this person seems to also be like grabbing onto it, and you actually feel yourself shift over slightly.
Oh damn.
But you're not. But it hasn't dragged you into visibility just yet.
Okay. That feels like 3 actions. So
Yeah. At this point, Mutt's still dashing down the hill. You're just running past a bunch of people. You kind of heard like a commotion back there, but that is none of your concern. You're just huffing it down this hill. Is there anything else you would like to do while you're kind of going down the hill here?
Nope. I am just trying to get there as fast as possible. I'm not making any preparatory actions or even really thinking much beyond
Get there.
just getting there. Yeah.
Okay. In which case, I'm gonna cut away from you for the
Yeah.
remainder of this interaction. Then, okay?
Yeah. Works.
Yeah. If anything comes up, just let me know.
Yeah.
Okay. In which case, Rin and Wark, you guys are kind of inside the building, kind of just rushing up now. Knowing that these guys are on the rooftop here. Rin, is there anything that you would like to do while you guys are kind of going up?
I'm gonna ask Work, what's the plan? Are we trying to kill these guys? Are we trying to survive? What?
Do you speak Orcish?
No.
At this point, I turn to you, and ooh, okay. I'm really flavoring this up here. I'm going to I turn to you and what is your will DC?
My will? 17.
I rolled an 18 to demoralize you.
Oh, okay.
I just turn
there.
and like it's something that you have you haven't seen from work before. He's you I think Rin Ben, if you're okay with me taking this here.
Yeah.
I think you've worked with him enough and you have a very strong magical sense that something is gone. A part of work doesn't exist right now, and he's only seeing red.
Gotcha.
And I just keep running up the stairs, like still with your knife and a crowbar in hand.
All right.
Technically, you are frightened 1, and
I guess I don't follow you then.
Yeah, you got. I guess yeah. For that moment, you like stand there, kind of dumbfounded and shocked.
It doesn't say how long.
Frightened 1 lasts a round.
Yeah, it's usually a
okay.
round.
So yeah, you fall back a round basically, if you wish to continue after me.
Or at least just stand there for a round, going, "I'm not getting any closer to this psycho."
Yeah. Basically, like.
Okay.
Great.
Yeah, in which case, Rin kind of just like dumbfounded by like this like a feral nature that work has just displayed.
Mhm.
Work, you're getting to the top of the tower here.
Yeah.
And you can see that there's that like, kind of same style of window or hatch kind of off to the side. And you kind of assume that this is the only reasonable way up to these guys.
Question: does this happen to correlate with where Rich shot his grappling hook?
Yeah, you guys like would have heard that there's a little like struggle going on up top there.
Can I see the grappling hook chain or rope from the window?
No. By the time you would have gotten up there, that hook would have like already flown past, and like you would have heard it clatter, and then it do the click click click, and then until it kind of like caught onto a person.
Yeah, but it's still got a rope between the two of them.
Between 2 buildings, yeah.
Oh no. Sorry, it's because the window isn't facing the same tower.
Okay, I was just hoping I could like grab it and use it to climb up.
Oh no! I assume that like regardless, you're gonna head to the window.
Yeah.
When you get up to the window, you're gonna see that there is like there's a ledge that you can grab onto. That is the roof, essentially.
Okay, yeah, I'm gonna hop up there.
Yeah. Can you just make me a quick climb check?
Is that just pure athletics?
I believe it is. Yes.
That is a 28.
28. You just throw yourself up, vaulting over, and you can see that there's 2 people who are just like pressed down, kind of like looking, kind of like their heads just like quickly like bouncing from one side to the other side. And there's another person who's kind of like back of their knee has like a grappling hook on it, and he's just kind of like yanking on the rope to try to like stop it from like doing anything. And he kind of just as he's kind of doing that, you just pop into full view as Orcman over top here. Rich, as you're kind of like on that rope here, are you just gonna keep trying to like pull him?
Oh yeah, we're gonna make another athletics check for sure.
Yes, please.
How about a 25?
How about a 5 on his end?
That would
You
be
guys
2 critical successes.
in that moment, as work, you kind of bound out there. You can see this person seems to have some like seems to have a small like container of stuff that is on the side, and you watch as suddenly the hook that's in his knee seems to dig in a little bit more, and you was like, "Ugh," and then just watch this person goes, and you just hear this person gets like dragged across the tiling. The other person tries to quickly kind of like grab onto him to stop him, but it's already a little too late.
Is that
As
question? Does that mean that the other guy moved towards the ledge?
no, the other person just tried to grab him before his friend started like dragging. But but like this guy is now like, oh,
Alright.
this guy goes, and then he's like kind of like, he's now on the edge of the ledge now. One person. So now there's one person kind of prone on a rooftop. There's another person who's now like hanging off of it and has like has a grappling hook in his leg that he's still trying to like get loose.
All right, so I'm gonna brace myself against like the below part of the window with my feet,
Mhm.
and I'm gonna be prepared to try and take up as much slack as possible when it starts to go slack. I'm hoping I can swing this guy so he like hits the bottom of the wall of the building rather than the ground.
Ooh, okay.
See if I can get some swing going.
Okay, yeah.
And maybe not die and just be really badly injured.
Yeah, just quickly make me a let's say make me a acrobatics check just to try to like get the right momentum going
Okay.
on it. You're trying to like you're giving it like a little like almost like a waving feel, right?
Got it. Not great. That's like a 12.
Yeah, it just it doesn't quite go, but like this guy a person as he's still trying to hang on there, and he's got like okay grip, but it's not great. But you see as he's kind of like just swaying side to side, not quite in towards the building here. But he's still holding on.
Okay.
In which case, Rin, I'm gonna give you all give back to you here. Rin.
Orion. Are you muted?
I'm gonna assume that she had to quickly step away for something.
Yeah, she's not
so-
muted, so.
Yeah, I'll just jump back to work then.
Okay. So there's a guy that's like hanging off the ledge, and there's like other guy who's prone.
Yeah, so basically you can see a prone person who's like maybe 5 feet in front of you. Now you can see, and then on the other side of that roof, probably about like 15 feet in front of you, you can see a few fingertips.
So I'm gonna run over to the guy who's prone.
Yeah.
And I'm just going to start laying into him.
Mm-hmm. Can you make an attack roll for me, please?
Yes, I do need to add a dagger to my thing, so I know what I'm rolling here. Do I get advantage or anything because they're prone?
I believe so.
They'd be flat-footed, so if
yeah,
it's
so
like older
minus 2
editions.
AC.
Yeah.
It should be minus 2 AC.
Minus
for
2
it.
AC. Okay.
Yeah.
Roll plus 9. As a 25.
25. 25 is good here.
Okay. That is 5 points of piercing damage.
5 points of piercing. Yeah, you're gonna you sink in the dagger. Sink in the dagger here. You have your actions available to you here.
Second attack?
Yeah. I'm gonna make a second dagger attack. Actually, one sec. What is unarmed strike in this?
If you're not trained, it's D4.
Well, I think you're always trained.
Yeah, but sorry, if you're not like a monk or a brawler, like I have D6 because I took a class thing for it, martial artist dedication. So
Whatever.
otherwise, it's D4.
I'm gonna stomp on the dagger.
Okay.
That's only a 13.
A 13. Yeah, 13. You just miss in your anger here as you kind of like instead just like hit the roofing right beside this person as they kind of try to roll a little bit from you.
Elbow drop him.
So I already used one to get over there.
All right,
I'm
move,
trying to like
yeah.
stand over him though. Like
Yeah. You're trying to because you're trying to just like square him up under you, right?
yeah, so he can't run ideally.
Yeah. Rin, are you back?
Yep. Sorry, the cat was doing something really weird.
No issues. That is a cat for you.
All issues. No.
Oh. Sorry. So Warwick has somehow jumped over there or made his way over.
I'm
Yeah,
up.
he
I went
swung
up
up
to the
onto
roof.
it's up onto that rooftop.
Okay. I will follow. How far is that?
It's just up, and then basically he just climbed up. You guys are in the building that they are on.
Yeah. Okay. I will proceed to do that.
Yeah, can you make an athletics check just to climb up? Because basically you have to like go out the window and then basically climb up onto the roof.
Can I do acrobatics?
In this edition, it just like other ones. It's very like athletics to climb specifically.
Kind of got to
Balancing.
do a pull up. So
Yeah, balancing is a very different thing.
Dang it. Okay. Uh-huh. Okay. 15.
15 is fine. I mean, like this is the it seems to be the only way up here, anyways, and they haven't designed it in such a way that it makes it impossible. You're able to kind of pull yourself up onto the roof. You can see on the roof here, Work is just standing over top of a person with your dagger in that person, and he's just like trying to like stomp down on him. And then you can see another set of fingertips off to the other, just a little bit beyond that, where you can also see that rope from the tower that you guys are in, connected to the person there.
Lovely. Well, I had to get up and I had to climb, so I don't have enough to cast a spell. Instead, could I attempt to grab my dagger out from the person?
I mean, yeah. The person's not going to necessarily stop you from doing so. So yeah, you kind of like you gotta just like walk over there. You gotta just grab, take the action, just grab the dagger as Work's like trying to stomp down.
In taking it out, could I sort of slice them and take it out, like?
give it a little twist.
Do a flick and twist.
Yeah, like a flick.
Yeah, I'll give you. I mean, like it's already in there. I'll give you a D4 here.
Sweet. Ooh, 2.
All right. In which case, just quickly back to Rich here.
Guess we're gonna give it another yank.
Go ahead and make your athletics.
That's a 28.
28.
I'm a very strong dog boy.
Yeah, as the two of you on the roof kind of suddenly hear us, yeah, and just that little sound of things just sliding and just off. Rich, you watch as your person's the line suddenly goes slack for your
I'm
person.
yanking it up to try and, like I said, swing him into the building.
Yeah, try you kind of keep kind of yank it and trying to pull it in as quick as you can here. How fast does that thing even pull usually? I'm trying to remember how fast the.
Well, I'm
You have to
yanking it by
manually
hand.
recoil it, right? Yeah, you have to manually
So
pull it
what
back
I'm
in.
like, I'm not even holding the gun. I'm holding the rope and
Yeah,
like
yeah, yeah,
wrapping it
yeah.
around my arms and yanking on it. And so like he's 60 feet away.
Yeah.
So as long as it's not 60 feet, more than 60 feet to the ground of my
Yeah, yeah,
tower, he should be fine. But I'm gonna yank up as much slack as I can to make sure.
Okay. In which case, can you just make me another athletics check as you're kind of you're gonna brace yourself as well for as the well, not brace yourself. Sorry, you're just gonna try to pull as much as you can, and there's gonna be an impact at the very bottom. I'm just gonna see if you can kind of hold on to the rope as it kind of hits here.
That's a natural 20, baby.
Actual 20. Here's a thump. And you hear almost as if like somebody's jaw got cracked in a bar fight. As it kind of like, and you can feel that a little bit of a bump in the building here.
All right.
Is there anything else you would like to do while you're up there?
I want to secure the rope to like a bookshelf or something and just leave him hanging there.
Yeah, you kind of quickly tie it down, and then just kind of leave it there. Work and Rin, Work. What would you? You're just gonna keep laying into this guy?
I don't have my dagger anymore, so I'm gonna take the
No.
crossbow and or not the crossbow, the crowbar, and just start ramming it into this guy's head.
I was actually gonna say Rin would have like taken it out and had it out for you to grab if you wanted the dagger again.
Oh, that's
Like,
a
that
bit
was
more.
like a
That's less
flourish.
obscene than what I was about to do to this man.
If you want to stab him again.
Actually, I do, but he's still prone, right?
He is still
Yeah.
prone at the moment.
He didn't really do anything.
No, he
No.
seems a little he seemed a little shell shocked from that last round here.
Okay. Yeah, I am going to just lay into this guy. I'm trying to figure out if I have anything else that I can do, and I do not believe I do. Remember that I healed for 12. I'm not yet. Yeah. Okay. Cool. Yep.
Okay.
That is a 20 to hit.
Yep. 20 does it here.
That's another 5 points of damage.
Mm-hmm.
Get out my actual dice instead of using this app because it only rolls me once on. I'm gonna make another attack.
Mhm.
That is a natural 20 plus 5, 25.
Okay. Yeah. Yeah. Yeah, that's crit there.
So I rolled double dice, right?
Mm-hmm. Mm-hmm, mm-hmm.
So that is 5 plus 4, 9.
Okay.
And is I'm going to then attempt to demoralize him.
Yeah. He needs to roll a.
No, I roll. It's
No,
against
you
his
roll, right?
will DC.
It's against his will?
And
Okay.
because he can't, I don't know if he can't understand Orcish. I do have the feat where I can use a glare, so he can understand without it.
Okay. Yeah.
I mean, I'm pretty sure if you yell at him in Orcish while standing over him, and
yeah.
he's bleeding from the heart, he's gonna shit himself regardless.
Yeah, I that's true. I rolled a 24.
24. Yeah, you can see as this person is kind of just frozen in spot.
Did it crit?
Right now. 24 does crit. Yes.
He is frightened too. Nice.
Uber scared. Rin?
He's prone and stuff. I think I'm just gonna gouge and claw him.
Okay. Yeah.
I'm just gonna. I hand the dagger over to Warwick, and I just like flick my hand, and my nails go really long and sharp and pointy.
Uh-huh.
And then I just swipe at him.
Yeah. Please do.
That is a 16 plus 9. 25.
Yep, that's good.
Ooh, that is 1 second here. 11 plus 4. That's 15.
Okay. 15. Yeah.
Again. Do it again. Unless he's dead. Even then, do it again.
Unfortunately,
He's not dead.
the only thing with spells is most of them I can only do once because they take 2 actions.
Isn't your claw only 1 action?
Ooh.
Oh.
I think it's 2.
Well, if it's your box thing, it's 1.
Oh.
Because it would just be like your
No, Gouging Claw is an actual spell with.
Oh.
Yeah.
Never mind. It is 2.
Yeah.
Just
It's a spell.
Just kick him. Take the dagger back. Stab him.
At this point, this person is just like howling out in pain and saying the things. You guys.
I'm gonna like spread out my claws, look him in the face, and go, "Who sent you?"
Yeah. You guys at this point are going to. You guys have seen somebody fly into the nearby building, but you watch as this person, seems to like grit his teeth slightly, and then just you watch as the eyes roll back.
Passed out.
And foam starts kind of slowly.
Aww.
Was that the
other guy, on the other hand, is hanging by a knee.
How low down is he? Is he only like 10 feet off the ground at this point?
He's presently only about 5 feet off the ground.
Oh, perfect. I'm just gonna walk downstairs.
Yeah.
Quick interlude here. Did the guy that we were attacking? He's the one that killed himself.
Yeah.
Yes.
Okay. I thought there was a dude that was swung into the building.
Oh, that was the thing he was looking for. There was like stuff in his bag he was gonna try and grab as he went. Okay, maybe he doesn't have his stuff on him. The guy I caught.
Ooh, that would be handy.
In which case, as you guys, I'm gonna cut to. So, guys on the roof, is there anything else you two would like to do while you guys are up there?
Yes. After this guy dies, I stick my hand into the knife wound, and I grab Rin by the shoulder, and I'm going to paint an orcish rune across your forehead, and then touch my forehead to yours.
Okay.
He has a cool gun up there that they shot you with. You could take that too.
Okay. Yeah, that's true. I actually was thinking about that. If he hadn't died, I was going to try and pick up the gun and say, this one's for Munt, and try to shoot him with it. Even though I don't know how to use them. But, I'll pick it up, and I'm going to try and find that guy's stuff.
Yeah, you're going to see that like scattered all across this roof is a bunch of is a bag and a bunch of like an assortment of things that have just been scattered around. You can see that there are some very like oddly shaped kind of almost like large bullets is what it kind of looks like. It's just large rounds that they were using with the gun that they had. You can see that they had they in that kind of pouch that person was reaching into, but has now kind of been knocked over. There was that like there was a small what looks like a pill container, in which you can see that there's one pill that was just like off on the side now,
Mhm.
in the kind of gutter that the guy was hanging off of.
Oh,
Um, and you
nice.
can see that there's a variety of like kind of hammers and like little tile looking things that are about the same size as the roof tiles here, but are very distinctly like mirrored and sleek on one side. So on one side you would kind of see that it's just like a normal tile, but on the other side it acts as almost like a mirror. um,
Okay. I'm gonna take all of his stuff.
Yeah. You just gotta bag it all up and just you
Is there
guys
a
kind of like
is there a shield up here?
there's not a shield up here.
I'm
Turns
just,
out assassinating with a shield is really
I
really difficult.
had to ask. But there's no more harm in the nearby vicinity, so I pack everything up and I
Mhm.
uh sit.
Yeah. In which case you guys kind of head back down. Rich, you're kind of also heading down now to
I
go
don't. I
talk.
sit. I do not
Oh,
head
sorry,
back
you're
down.
sitting. Um. Rin, if you're seeing you see Wark just sit down.
Oh, okay. I will go sit beside him and not say anything.
Work doesn't do anything. He sits.
Okay.
He closes his eyes and attempts to meditate.
Okay. In which case, hey Munt,
Yes.
you kind of just huffing it down University Lane here.
Mhm.
I just kind of continuing to run, continuing to whatever, and you, as you do so, you catch a whiff of what smells like wet sock.
Wet sock. Um, Munt is conflicted whether to rush towards the wet sock smell or continue towards where he thinks Dallin is.
Mhm.
And after a brief moment of deliberation, he tries to very quickly inspect where the wet sock smells.
Yeah. As you kind of look over to the side there, you can you can see that there's a little small like trash alley
Mhm.
between between small university buildings. You can see the garbage bags there. You kind of take a quick look as you slightly detour just to take a closer peek. And you can see that there is a figure standing in there with a hood up.
Hello.
As you walk towards it, and he kind of gestures you into the little alleyway.
I go into the alley.
Yeah, you go into the alley.
Don't talk to strangers.
And as you do, you can see as the cloaked figure, a pretty a pretty opposing height, but you can kind of see that under the under the hood, there's a little bit of hair kind of sticking out, tied up in dreads, and with a little bit of a kind of this kind of silverish rings at the very end.
Doc, is that you?
And it's just,
What are you doing? What are you
I,
doing over here?
well, I figured you were just going to look for this, so I figured I'd beat you to it and maybe make you a deal.
Look for what?
Look for what? You think I can't see the absolute greed in your eyes
All
when
right, Doc. I'm done playing coy. What's the deal?
you're just looking for a little for that little shard, right? That little fragment.
Yes.
Look, I still need to clear off that list. and I know that you're very close to the last living sister. If you can clear that person off my list, I'll give this one to you.
How many of them do you have? Just
Me?
the one?
I mean, if I told you that, it really wouldn't be worth my while now, would it?
Whoa.
Even if I just had one, you would still do it, wouldn't you?
I would. I'm just trying to see if the trade can go the other direction. I mean, if you have more than me, perhaps there's
Oh.
another trade in order.
You see, I don't care. Either way,
Okay.
if one of us has it, we can deal with it. But I just need people. I just need people dead, my friend.
Okay, sure.
Yeah?
That's not too hard.
Okay. In which case,
So, can I have the shard up front?
definitely not.
Okay, well, where will I meet you when it's done? And what guarantee do I have that you'll be good on your word?
I mean, you don't really now, do you? I've kind of double-crossed you guys twice. Nothing
You have.
too wonderful. But not specifically you, have I?
Not me specifically. Make an oath on the name of the owner of that fragment that if you don't make good on this, then who knows what's going to happen.
Make an oath on. So if I say that I'm going to make an oath on Zeron, that'll do for you? Or do you or does that work completely?
I don't know. Do you have blood in your body still?
No.
Oh, well, that makes making a blood oath pretty hard. Can I take a finger of yours?
A
Pinky,
finger.
maybe? Pinky finger?
Just because you want something, huh?
Yeah, I mean, I just want to make sure that everything's above board. I don't want to kill someone for no reason again. It'd be ideal to avoid that.
All right. He kind of grabs that knife from that bone knife and just kind of cracks his pinky knuckle and just kind of hands that to you. And you can kind of see that like the finger itself doesn't bleed. It has a little bit of ooze to it, but otherwise it just kind of like stays in place. And it's just kind of like, so you want this? It's just as good as good, right?
Yes. All right. Meet me tomorrow at midnight at Knickknacks and Oddities.
Knickknacks and novelties right in the center of town. You're crazy.
Well, go around back.
No. You meet me where I need to be met, because at the end of the day,
Where do you need to be?
go find the butcher. I'll be down there.
The butcher. You really drive a hard bargain. You know that, you son of a bitch.
Hey, you need this more than I do.
I do.
You clear that name off my list. I'll be pretty happy.
All right. And I performatively pantomime doing a handshake with his finger.
And it's excellent. Till next time, then. And he kind of just backs away from the alleyway, and then smoke puffs his way out. I'm gonna jump back to Rich here.
Mm-hmm.
As you kind of like reach the bottom of that bottom of this tower and just like look directly into the eye of the man whose knee is still bleeding out from the hook that he's hanging off of. As this person is thoroughly upside down.
Yep.
And just staring.
I'm gonna handcuff him. I have manacles.
Fair
I'm gonna
enough. Yeah, you
handcuff
get
his
to.
hands, then cut him down and try and patch up his leg enough so that he doesn't just die.
Fair enough. Yeah. Go. Yeah. You get that. You kind of like you apply a little bit of pressure. Do you want to keep him hanging up there?
Oh no, I'm gonna cut him down. Once I have
Okay.
him handcuffed, I'll cut
Yeah,
him
yeah.
down.
Oh, okay. You kind of you cut him down. He's now like just like oh, and then it's like he's trying to like not sit on the knee, but simultaneously sit on the
Yeah.
on the inside of the knee to try to like apply pressure, but not apply pressure.
Is he just like human or something?
This person is just human.
Yep. All right. I hand him some water and some rations that I have on me. Like, let's start restoring that blood, eh?
He kind of looks up and he's just like, "No, I'm good.
All right.
I'm good."
When I put pressure on, I'm gonna squeeze pretty good.
Okay, all right. You just leave it alone, please. Just, oh god.
So, why were you
Oh.
shooting at us?
First of all, I don't do the shooting. I just load the gun. That's my job. That's all it is.
Why was your partner shooting at us?
But I mean, why else does a hired gun fire a bullet? That's good.
I'll squeeze hard and go.
Ah,
So, who hired you then?
I mean, at this point, you gotta know, right? You've got it.
I have some theories. Was it Dallin himself?
Yeah, of course.
All right.
God, fuck. Just ease off the wound, will you? Like, have you not done enough?
Well, I mean, I'm taking you in, but I do want to make sure you don't bleed to death. I'm gonna like yell for Rin and Wark,
Yeah.
and
Yeah.
I'm just gonna like throw this guy over my shoulder, basically.
Yeah. Yeah. You just put him into like a fireman's carry and just start hauling him. In which case, Rin and Wark, you guys are just kind of sitting up there, right?
Yep.
Mm. You guys hear your names called out. I assume neither of you respond.
I wait to see if Rin responds.
Rin is going to just quietly stand up and put her hand out.
Wark grabs your hand to stand up and then follows you down the stairs.
And we go.
In which case, you guys go down. Rich, you see as your friends kind of like come out that door.
Hey, big guy, how you doing?
Rin's just gonna like look at Rich and just do the like tight-lipped
I mean,
no look.
Rich looks
Like
at
just like the
you look at Ren and there's just matted fur on her
Yeah.
forehead in this giant blood rune.
That too.
I take it you're in no mind to patch this guy's leg up a little bit so he doesn't bleed out.
I wouldn't suggest it.
Do you know somewhere we can take him to on the university grounds for a quick patch job before we take him into the guard?
What they have like the student health wing. You can go there.
Perfect.
I got some med students. They'll patch him up enough.
All right, we'll stop there on the way down. Any idea where our little friend went?
Nah, he ran off.
Little.
Yeah. Know the sentiment.
You start barking.
No, just grumbling noises.
I just start heading down the hill. For DM's sake, I am heading straight to Zarpov with all of the stuff that I picked up off the roof.
Okay.
And if anybody asks me where I'm going, I just hand them, or I just flash my Zarpov badge or whatever that we have.
While we're walking with this guy, I also want to ask him where Dallin hired him. Like, how did they communicate? Anything like that I can get?
This as you guys are walking.
Yep.
Okay. Can you? Yeah, you kind of ask him. He he kind of like doesn't really want to say as you guys are walking. Like you can kind of see that he doesn't like the fact that he's being paraded down the street and through the city. So he seems to keep a pretty like pursed lip.
All right, I'll wait until we're trading him then.
Because like now you guys are seeing that there's a lot of people kind of like staring in your guys' direction. Munt, is there somewhere that you're looking to go here?
No. I'm scrambling, scratching my head, trying to figure out how I keep up my end of the bargain. I'll probably resign myself after 15 or so minutes of thinking and try and rejoin the group.
Yeah, you're kind of like you're like scratching your head trying to figure out like what exactly do I need to do? Like where is what does he mean? Like and you think more and more about it. Like you anticipate that it's like he's probably referring to one of those people that you guys had previously worked out on his list. One of those, probably one of those original 3 actually. So it's just a matter of one of them is a sister to somebody. So it's probably going to require a little bit of like digging through old newspapers or something in order to really get a good handle on it. The good thing is, Rin has you do remember that as you were like kind of leafing through and throwing a bunch of stuff, you did see Rin stuff a lot of things into her bag as well.
Nice. All right.
So even as you kind of resign yourself with a little bit of hope that there might be something in that stash there. You also obviously remember that like Rich was also digging through a bunch of stuff, and knowing Rich, he probably was digging up a bunch of like case information, and he might have something. But there's always something. In which case, if you kind of just look for your group again, eventually, you see them kind of walking down the hill. And you guys and you can see that they're kind of parading a limping man down the hill as well. With a lot of people kind of just whispering whatever, and you can see that Work's kind of like flashing his badge so that people know that you guys are with a securities group. This is just part of the job. Where do you want to meet up with them? Because you kind of have your pick of places here along that route?
Wherever I think is the most natural.
Okay.
Maybe about halfway. I'd like to kind of slyly join them. Don't make a big deal out of it. Just say, "Oh, hey guys, how's it going?"
Yeah, you guys are kind of like descending the hill here, past university, even just a little bit past Azra, and just Munch kind of just slides right in, continues walking with you guys.
Oh, there's no sliding in. The second I notice him, I'm gonna yell at him.
Oh, hey, what's up?
You
How you
greasy
going?
little coward.
What?
We were getting shot at and you just ran off?
I had to take a poop. I couldn't say that to you because it's embarrassing, but yeah, yes. I'm well, I'm not human. I am a person who poops. I have a digestive system, and it was full of feces. Glad? Are you happy?
You are absolutely full of feces. That's for sure.
Yes. I was, and now I'm not. Now I'm pretty void of feces.
I'm pretty sure the situation has not changed.
Well, okay. I was scared. Fine. Whatever. Just
Well,
because you like shooting at
Hey.
people doesn't mean you like getting shot at.
Munt, I don't think you were scared. You were
What do you
after
think-
something.
What do you think I
You
was
were
after?
after something from the time we met you at that university. You were the one who wanted to go up there because you were looking for something. When we were down in the tower and we went into the hole and stuff, you were searching for something and then you said it wasn't there and then you left. And now you're coming back. So either that means you found it or you have the next steps to be able to find it. So, what is going on, Munt? Because I don't think you've been fully honest with us.
you're surprised by that?
No.
Okay.
But now I am angry because you left us being shot at.
I haven't been truthful, and I can't be truthful. I have left you guys in a lurch, and for that, I'm sorry. But you guys are just gonna have to trust me for the time being that I have everyone's best interest in mind.
I don't believe you.
I mean, there's not much I could say beyond that. So, if we can't reconcile that, perhaps we should take a break.
I'm also just upset you missed the cool thing I did.
What did you do?
I hooked this guy with my grappling hook from 60 feet away and yanked him off a roof.
That sounds badass.
In which case,
By the way, I did not stop walking.
yeah. I assume that none of you guys really stopped walking.
Oh, I mean, I meant like my pace didn't like.
Yeah.
Well, they're talking. Like, when you're talking to some of your pace, kind
You're
of
zoned out. I got
Yeah,
it.
I'm
Yeah.
furthering the distance
see.
from the rest of the group.
I see
This-
work far ahead, and I say, never mind whatever I was looking for. What is going on with Mr. Work?
He had to kill a
Kinda
guy, I
fake.
think.
Oh, that's what? Who cares? What?
It wasn't that.
He doesn't like doing that, remember?
He doesn't like doing that, but everyone has to.
I figured that's why he was upset. And also Dallin was the one that hired the shooters.
That son of a bitch. He is always getting in our way. We gotta find that guy.
I'm
Find
going
that
to
guy
roll
and-
an insight check on Munt.
Find that guy and take back what's ours.
He doesn't have anything of
a
ours.
sense motive.
Yeah, sense motive. I want to sense this motive because I am.
Sense this motive.
I'm gonna sense his
Do
motives.
I roll contested deception?
You do roll a contested deception.
I will use my hero point. I am going to use my Fey thing that allows me to roll 2 dice for this.
Okay, I got a 19.
That one was shit. It's a 2.
That's not a 19.
Okay, so I have a 19 on the die.
Plus perception.
So, perception. Perception. Plus 5.
24.
Plus 5, yeah.
24.
If it's a success, it says you can tell whether the creature is behaving normally, but you do not know its exact intentions or what magic might be affecting it.
Well, I am for sure behaving abnormally.
Yeah.
That's basically, yeah, from what I've gathered, that's what you can sense, is that one is not behaving normally.
Yep. That's
But neither is Wark, to be fair.
Yeah, but I have
So
more
we're all
than
kind of
I
we're all out
We-
of sorts right now.
We know why he's not behaving normally.
Yeah. I have
Maybe
a
I'm
sense that
sad 'cause I
he
had to kill a
lost
guy too.
something very important
All
to
right.
him.
I will, after we get this guy patched up a little bit, we'll take him to the guardsman, and I suppose that's probably where we're wrapping it up for today.
Yeah. So since we're coming up on time here, are you guys bringing him to the guardsman, or are you guys bringing him to Zarpov? I guess is actually a relevant question.
We should bring him to
Where would
Zarpov.
we supposed to be bringing him? Would it be?
So it does depend. So if you're turning him in, you would bring him to the guards, and you will have to turn him in eventually.
Yeah.
But technically, as it is your right as individuals who are investigating something,
Mhm.
to detain and to question for your own investigation if you believe
Alright.
that's.
Maybe we'll
that's
take him to
necessary.
Zarpov and let our guys take a crack at him first.
Okay.
Yeah.
Yeah, I would think that the higher ups would not be so pleased if we immediately turn these guys over to the guard.
When we have to turn over the case, if we have to turn over the case, we'll turn him over.
All right, that's the attitude. In which case, yeah, you guys will go over to Zarpov, and then we'll end it there. You guys, do you guys want to be the ones taking a crack at him, or are you guys going to just leave that to a group of interrogators?
Maybe we'll let Roz pick someone for that. I don't think I'm particularly good at that, and Wark probably would be if he wasn't in a mood.
Fair
but-
enough. Okay, in which case, that's where we'll call it for today then.
I can spell
Alright.
spell his motives out in blood.
Okay.
So for next time, while we're still on stream here, I need to know how much all that stuff that was on that roof is worth.
Is worth?
Yeah, you could just
Yeah, he's got to buy a new shield.
you can just you can keep it to yourself for now. I just need to know how much it's worth, and I'm going to turn it in to Zarpov, for money, because I'm assuming that would be a thing that we could do.
That will make sense. Yes.
Okay.
One other question: Are
Yep.
we at like level up time?
We are. Yes.
I figured.
Yay.
Sweet.
Beautiful.
Wow.
Level 4.
I love leveling up.
Mhm, mhm.
I don't think I get anything super sick for level 4.
I do.
I can now enter. Well, it's called Gorilla Stance, but I am going to probably flavor it as like a boxer stance.
Knoll stance.
Yeah,
Look at me. I'm a knoll in my knoll stance.
and I'm proficient in stealth.
I'm Nolan all over the place over here.
Nolan.
I'm taking Everstand Strike, which allows me to, if I make a strike with my wielded shield and it hits and deals damage, I also raise my shield, all part of one action, so long as I'm in my Everstand stance.
I just punch with d8s in Gorilla Stance, but also have +2 to athletic checks to climb, and successes are critical successes. So if I ever have to climb up a roof again, I'll be able to do it way faster.
It will be a pretty sweet.
Yeah. All right, cool.
True. Oh, I'm taking, shit. Where is it? It's an action. the one battle medicine.
Oh, nice.
It allows me
Very cool.
to patch up myself or adjacent ally even in combat. You can attempt a medicine check and restore a corresponding amount of hit points. That does not remove the wounding condition, but yeah, so I'll be able to heal more in combat.
I might take assurance instead of getting stealth, actually.
Yeah,
Assurance athletics seems like a good time. Then I just always roll 21 if I want to.
mhm.
Nice.
It was that or the one that lets me group the double intimidation one.
That'd be good.
I can't remember what it's called. Somewhere. I know there's like group coercion, and then there's here somewhere. Anyways,
So I have a feat that was actually very flavorful for this session. It's called Anoint Ally, where I forge a mystical connection with an ally using your body as a focus, allowing them to benefit from my magic. I place a blood rune on an adjacent ally that lasts for a minute.
yes.
So because I get blood magic effects,
Cool.
that ally can get that blood magic effect, which
Sick.
for me right now is stealth. I might not go with that one, but I just laughed because it's the first one on the list, and I was
Cool.
like, huh, that's flavorful.
That's sick. We have shared in a kill, therefore we are bonded. As per, but we'll get to the role play on that later.
All right.
Thanks everybody for tuning in. That was a very entertaining session. We will be back next Thursday. Same bat place, same bat channel. If you aren't caught up or you want to rewatch the episode because you just came in at the end, you can head on over to the YouTube. I know I'm behind on uploading. I'm pretty sure I exported the last 2 episodes but made them private, and I need to fix that. I will be fixing that probably tomorrow night, if not Sunday. So bear with me on that one. And then you can follow here. You can follow us anywhere. I think Ben has a YouTube channel.
I don't think I've uploaded anything to my YouTube channel. I do have it.
Oh, okay. I can't remember if you've actually uploaded anything or not.
No, that requires effort, and I don't
True.
have none of that.
So, yes, we'll be back on Sunday, and then next week, for those of you who are tuning in live, there will be a very special on-site, out in the field stream happening next week. We're going to open a bunch of Commander Masters packs and try to get some sweet pulls. And yeah, that's a sponsored stream that will be very cool. And then I believe next weekend I also have the weekend free, so there might be streams all next weekend as well. For August long weekend. So stay tuned. I'll have more information on that as we get to it. So until next time, have a good one, everybody. Peace.
Bye.